Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Cyclist Tactics. It's episode number 11. And yeah, sorry I've been gone for a while. I've been moving and I went to New York for a 4-day trip. And, you throw all those things together and it's just been crazy. Well, anyway, I'm back. Let's get to it. We have the Great Lakes Tour. It is 5 stages long. And we have some racing to do. Now, there's not a lot of climbing involved in this one, but it will ultimately affect the GC. I might be interested in trying to get, like, say, my character to go after the King of the Mountains, because there's a handful of climbs, and there's only one big climb on the entire tour. And those smaller climbs, I think, ultimately could add up. And if you actually go for it, I think there's a good opportunity to pick up some valuable points along the way. And looking at the profile for this, we have obvious reasons to be concerned. Of the 8 teams involved, we are dead last. We're the only ones that haven't scored any points thus far this season through that first race weekend. All the teams came with 4 riders except one. So yeah, there's going to be some obvious challenges, including a top 10 team present. But then when you start looking at their team leaders, it's not as bad. We have a couple other level 5s, we have a couple level 6 leaders, and a couple level 7s. There's only one astronomically better rider in Manuel Gomez at level 9. And while he's rated very highly, and he's probably going to be the favorite to completely dominate this race, the podium spots seem achievable, maybe, because all of the highest ranked guys on the 8 teams, outside of Ortega, of course, and then Gomez, the only other one who has a climbing bonus is Jonathan Harris. And he's only a level 6 overall. He does have flat, and that's going to be a bonus on a race like this. Flat and climbing, definitely I could see that going well. Ortega, the downhill bonus isn't going to be huge in a race like this, but that doesn't mean we won't try to get something out of that. But just looking at what's around, maybe we have a shot at a podium for this one. A 3rd place, give or take, for Ortega. Maybe overcoming Jonathan Harris for 2nd. I think that's our goal. That's got to be our goal. At least a top 5 anyway. And I think that should be achievable looking at the participating teams and team leaders. Of course, we don't know what their second guys are like. If the Discovery Travels has a level 6 climber, so there's bound to be some others. In fact, looking at this, there isn't even a spot for Ortega, even though it's a flat, hilly stage. Now, since last time I've played one, I've got a little bit of rust to shake off, as I've hardly touched my computer and certainly haven't played any games in a couple weeks now. But man, oh man, from last I heard, there was some updates coming that were going to change gameplay a little bit. So we'll see if any of that's happened as of yet. Right now I have all of my guys except my character hanging back in the peloton, conserving some energy. We're on the flat for a while. I don't think there's any reason to think until maybe halfway through this stage to worry about our position so much. But if there is a breakaway, I need to get my character to join into that. So I'm taking a little bit of a risk on this one, that we have 3 guys at the very back, and we'll have the opportunity to catch up if something happens. We can use Tyler Campbell to be a workhorse and bring us back without too much expenditure of energy if something happens. And then hopefully we can just get through unscathed and conserve some energy for later on in both the stage and ultimately the race. But meanwhile, this is the time that my character needs to have some sort of go, some sort of push, to get to the front, but it's looking like at this point one rider is getting dropped who can't go with the move, and I think everybody else is just going to be right on up the hill. And so a simple extra move here with only a single attack point gets me over the top first, picking up the very first 3 points in the KOM competition. We've got another one coming up here shortly. Unfortunately, I can't push any further beyond, as somebody already decided to make a max effort over the top, and because we were only about 6th or 7th, maybe 8th wheel here, maybe even 10th wheel, we have no chance of actually getting into a position to accumulate points this time. We're going to have to try to break away a little bit earlier for the final climb to make sure we have the King of the Mountains at the end of the day. That max effort has taken its toll, as 6 more riders have been dropped from the peloton. Now we're down to a group of 24, further establishing a GC contention. I mean, if you exclude 3 of our guys, now we're looking at 21, so a top 10. We only have to beat half of the guys that remain for that sort of thing to happen for Ortega. Peloton looking like it's going to wait. I think this is my opportunity to maybe get away from my rider and do something, though there's a very good chance that the Peloton will follow. But this just does not seem like a very strong move. But we've already expended a lot of energy. Now's not the time to attack. Be patient. Oh, there you go. There's 2 riders going away. This was the time to attack. The chase group has caught back up, by the way. And I do think it's time that we start moving our guys up out of the back. We can't catch that. There's another group going further ahead. We're going to have to use Ortega now to, or Campbell, that is, to start chasing. Looks like my movement forward is coming a single turn too late. And 7 riders are off the front. Bringing Campbell to the front so far pays off, as we already advance the peloton all but one to the edge here. So that gives us 4 more nodes from where we would have been otherwise, setting us up for a little bit of a research. We might be able to bypass the hill altogether, though one of the 7 riders that was away has already cleared it. But these guys are going to have a little bit of work on their hands to get over the top, and we might recover all but one of the riders that are away. Okay, so we are covering down, getting all but 4 of these guys anyway. But yeah, we gotta watch out for this one. Pull. He's got a pretty good advantage right now. Campbell gonna do the hard work to pull the group up to here, get us back on par with these guys. I would go the one further, but no point. It's a little easier to pull back these guys. Actually, it puts you behind him, doesn't it? Oh, we're seeing splits in the group as well. This is good. This last hill is going to do some damage. Alright, so we're back up to 22 here, dropping 2 more from the peloton, catching 2 from the break, 5 remain away. Before those, just a couple of spots. And our guys are poised in strong positions, plenty of time to catch back up. Other than one rider who might be a little difficult at this point to reach. And we've caught those two. Pole now the only one who remains in the break. It's going to be tricky trying to catch him, but we have already gained some ground, but we're getting awfully close to the finish at this point. One more rider dropped, but just one. We do close the ground on Pole just a little bit, but I'm feeling he might have got himself a stage win out of that move. And I wanted to go at that time. I wouldn't have gone as far as he went. But I was the first one to make that choice back then with my character. The other guys were all too far back. They miss it regardless. Ooh, somebody made it up here, but it's only a 7. Oh my gosh, Pole just won the stage. Holy cow. And there's guys riding away that are faster. Well, that one-man break does surprisingly succeed. He's got a bit of an advantage, but we are poised for a strong position, still in contention, sitting second, and I don't know how much of that had to do with climbing or flat-rated guys for when we do get to the eventual climbing and time trialing, so we might not be in too bad of a position. Pole, I have no idea what type of rider he is, but he definitely took good advantage and sits on 5 points in the mountain jersey where we sit on 3, so we don't lead in that competition as either. Got some work to do for stage 2. It is 2nd through 9th place with Ortega and Howard both classified on that time, and then you get a small gap to the next group, and then further back is Campbell and my character at 104 on the number of turns behind. Yeah, not the greatest start at this point, but we do potentially stand to earn points in this race thus far. Nothing locked down as of yet, though. We've had an incredibly easy first third of stage number 2. There's been no breakaway. There's been easy movements. Our riders are very fresh hanging out at the back, but on occasion I've waited a little too long to start bringing them forward. I do not want to make that mistake today, especially with all the energy that we have saved up at the moment. I'm going to go ahead and start bringing my group forward. There was no sign of big movement, and especially with what was coming up ahead of us, I figured, you know what, I think we can wait another turn in the middle of the pack instead of at the back end of the peloton. And not have to move to the front end of the peloton, wasting energy, and that does seem to be the wise move this time as we still have the full pack together. No worries. I think now I can start to get forward, or can we even wait one more turn? I'm going to wait one more. Okay, we saw that first hint of a push now. As you can see, bigger movement coming within the group. Next turn we move up. This is one of those unfortunate locked-in situations where coming off of a high moving flat into a very low moving, steep but short hill, punchy hill. It's just a straight jump, bypassing the hill entirely, which of course my character, the strength is the hill. So if we have no opportunity on the hill, there's no opportunity to move up, and it took us max movement to get here, not allowing us to go anywhere in competition for those top 3. I wanted to go the turn before an attack, but then it became quite evident that we were going right here, and that if we were to bypass that, we were just pushing into this, which really wouldn't have actually gotten us into a position to get out in front of anybody. Not in any effective way. I think I might have been able to get over the top first, but it would have been 2 max attacks in order to do so, which not worth it. Peloton does drop a handful that can't make the move, and we're down to 27. That's 4 riders out. I had Tyler Campbell at the front, I guess because he didn't sprint. Good news is exhaustion has claimed 2 more riders. We're down to 25. I was really hoping this was the move where I could get away, get up a little closer to here with my character. But that was not an opportunity on this occasion, but we'll see if we can get into the hill this time, because 11, right, that's a short distance to cover. And we're seeing our first split of the field, and this is just before the end on this one. So this is definitely max effort. If you can get it, you go for it. I do make the gap, as does Ortega. So we get 3 guys up the road ahead of the current race leader. Roughly half. 13. 12 dropped. This is good. Plus we have a bonus node as we are on a 5 compared to the 4. So that puts us theoretically 3 nodes ahead and not just 2. Alright, group of 13. Howard. Kind of want to push up to here. Nobody's gone yet. He's at the front. Oh, he's not at the front. Martin Herman's right back here. Set the tone. Make the attack here. And be joined by Ortega. How many will follow? That's the first 2 over the line. Okay, Howard can't actually make it all the way there, but he can join this group. A bit more energy. Ooh! Oh my goodness! Even with that, we got beat by 3 guys, which means we didn't go over the top first, second, or third. So again, unable to claim points. There's your Manuel Gomez, Johnny Long, and Morozov. I think that's the 3 favorites. So they're going to start to pick up a small boost, but we're looking pretty solidly top 10 at the moment. Let's go ahead and use my character, who's already lost some time, to put the foot down and keep up for Ortega. But this might be max effort towards the finish line. Hopefully these guys don't push too hard. Would love to catch back up to him. I'm not going to be the one to make that happen, but we'll push where we can. Ortega can make it happen. He's going to get right back on the back of those guys. I'm the only one who can't make it. Oh, I'm so lame. So lame. Okay, Howard. Do I want Howard to... worry about GC or not. He's the technical guy, and we do have some technical stuff coming, but he's not the climber. And we have some climbing stuff coming, so he's not going to contend overall. Let's just go ahead and take the more conservative approach with him. But we are very much looking at an elite group now of just 8 riders. So Ortega's position in the top 10 looking a little better. And he's right at the front. Chance to win the stage, potentially. I don't know how he got it front when we were catching 2 guys, but he somehow went out to the front. Without a flat bonus, Ortega could not match the move of 75% of the guys remaining in the group, and so he's actually going to lose a small amount of time, which is shocking. But in terms of the leaders, Jersey, massive shakeup from where things were, and Ortega now sits second place overall at 0.04 turns behind. So that part is looking solid. That part's looking good. We're not in contention for any other jersey currently, but that part at least is looking fairly good at this point. Howard now 13th, my character 17th, all within 1 turn. The big drop starts actually just behind my character at 18th, 1.44 turns down, still very tight. And ultimately there are 7 contenders, I would say, remaining, maybe 8. Pole, who had the lead, is now 0.8 turns behind, so he went from virtually a turn ahead to virtually a turn behind, so big loss for him as he falls away after claiming that stage victory. And look at where his team is poised, all placed between 6th and 9th. That's worrying going forward, that they are pretty strong and they have some guys to rely on. Melnikov, who leads currently, teammates of the strongest rider, Manuel Gomez, as we go into the 1 actual punchy stage, hilltop finish. That's, Did I say yes? Yes, as in, okay, this is going to shake up the race. Stage 4 is going to shake up the race as a time trial. Stage 5 shouldn't do much. I still like our chances of a good result right now. For Ortega, anyway. I mean, we haven't expended a ton of energy. He's now a 71 in terms of his energy going forward. He's got an 84 on his energy for the next stage. I mean, the only one who's really hurting is Campbell in terms of energy recovery. And then he's at 23 attack energy, so he's definitely the strongest of our guys there. So, overall, we're in good shape. We're in pretty good shape through the first 2 stages. That is going to do it for this one, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe. See you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.